tired all the time? Feel like yelling at the kids? Shut up! Uh-uh. Feel like you're always saying no? Uh-uh. Then you should try mommy juice. Okay, no, seriously, guys, there's not a magic formula to all this. Sorry. The path to peaceful parenting and the transition into radical unschooling doesn't have a magic fix, even though I'm not gonna lie, coffee comes pretty darn close. Kidding! Okay, today we're gonna talk about mommy time. Me time. One of the things that happens when you're trying to transition from being a yeller and a hitter is you lose your cool a lot because it's a habit. And you're trying to break the habit and you're trying to start something new. And so that's really challenging for a lot of people. And what you have to do is create new neural pathways and create a new habit. And in that, you have to do things that replace the yelling and replace the smacking and replace the authoritarian parenting style that you had previously. So, and part of that is the mommy timeout. Now, usually people are like, I have it with my kids and I go and lock myself in the room and I've had it up to here and I'm going to beat them. So I go lock myself in the room and then they're beating at the door and they don't want to leave me alone. I hear that. I hear that a lot. And I get that. So the problem is you need to take, when you've had it up to here, you should have had a mommy time from like here to here. You should have already had mommy time somewhere before you reach here. What happens when you lock the kids out of the room or you reach that level of frustration, it creates insecurity in the kids. And in their insecurity, they're going to try to find security in you. But you've already reached your point. You've already reached your point. You've already had your problems. And you now need me time. Which, for the sake and safety of the children, totally take it. I'd rather you take a time out in a bedroom instead of hitting your kids. If you're trying not to do that, congratulations. Forgive yourself for locking yourself in your room. You're doing better than what you were doing yesterday. So, but you definitely, the kids aren't used to you taking a timeout usually. You usually just spank them to try, or you tried other methods that were less respectful to the kids. So now we're trying to learn new methods, and part of those methods is the mommy timeout. Now you don't want to. Ideally, always take a timeout if you absolutely need one, and your choice is I am going to blow up or I'm going to go back into the room and into my room and have a moment. Cool. I've had moments. I've had moments that I'm like I can't mom right now. Cannot. I just want to go Alicia right now. And that's fine. It's pretty rare and far in between, and usually I'm uber tired or sick or something, but it happens. Not judging. One method, the first method, is the mommy timeouts. You're going to want to create a space that's positive with positive messages of what your goals are, for your kids, that type of thing. Um, and kind of create like a vision board. Do magazine cutouts, nice relaxing pictures, something with a no spanking sign or no yelling, or whatever it is that your personal parenting goals are that you are trying to better. So that was a quick sneak peek at mine. But I have body goals, I have life goals, to remind myself to relax because I used to be really A type, everything has to be done right now type of person. And so, and you saw that there was lavender, that's my favorite flower, it smells great. I've created a little corner, a little space for me, and I'm starting to feel, and I do it often. And when I first started doing it, I would take 5-minute breaks. If my son was with dad or watching TV or totally engrossed in something else, I would not always take that time to go do a chore or clean because sometimes your self care is important, and it's not going to always happen after the kids go to bed because, especially if you're transitioning into radical unschooling, the kids don't have a bedtime and they're probably exploring that idea of staying up later, and you're going to feel like you're losing me time by them not going to bed at 8 o'clock. So this is where we kind of talk about you really need to etch me time out of your day for you. And the kids aren't going to be used to it or be secure about it. Where did mommy go? Um, Especially if they're younger, like 2 or 3. But if daddy takes them or whatever, then fine. In a little basket next to your vision wall, put something that relaxes you. If it's reading, put a book. If it's crocheting, put yarn in a hook. If it's playing your stupid games on your phone, like I have Family Guy and Candy Crush, then have like your charger right there. Have a little candle. Create a space for you. Make a little chair, etch a corner, whatever it is that you feel that you need to do. Or if it's nothing, if it's just like a little CD player with relaxing music and you need to just sit and breathe and and that's what you're going to want to put in your corner. So it's really a personal thing for everybody. Every corner is going to look different, but it's your timeout corner, mommy's timeout corner. And it's not for even if you're feeling flustered, even if you're feeling fine, but you're like, oh, the kid's off doing something for a second. Like I have a second. Go running back there. Run, run, run. Go running back there, jump in your corner, and just do something for a quick second. Um, and then if you get caught by the kids, like the kid walks in, hey mom, what are you doing? Oh, I'm having mommy quiet time. Like I'm just having quiet time, me time, whatever you want to call it. And they say, oh, and then they're probably gonna ask for food, ask for something, jump on you. Like I know. And then you say, yeah, thank you for giving me my quiet time. And always, even if it's for a minute, even if it's for a half a millisecond, in the very beginning, it is not going to be very much. Not. The kids are not used to your quiet time. It is not a routine for them. It is not something that's built into the family life yet, and it's not a habit for them or for you. So that's something that you're going to need to work on with them and get them on board. Like, mommy is working on not being so angry, so mommy needs some quiet time. What I have found is that I started this when my son was 2 or 3 years old, and I don't force it on him. It's always when he's distracted and when he's ready for me to take a quiet time. And then I will take a quiet time. What I'm finding interesting is now I will walk back into the bedroom and he's just sitting there. What are you doing, bud? I am having quiet time, mom. So he's learning to self care by me modeling self-care for him, and that I am making myself a priority and saying I'm not going to like burn myself out. It's very important in peaceful parenting, radical unschooling, to not burn yourself out, because the and to just let some things go. It's okay to let things go. Like the house is gonna get a little messier. That's fine, because your kids are gonna get a lot happier. And I believe that's a great trade off. Great trade off. Even if it's for just a minute, a couple of minutes, always say thank you. Thank you for giving that quiet time. Thanks for giving me that minute. You know, and then this way he knows like all what's happening right now is that my bedroom door is shut. And that's it. My bedroom door is shut. And he's less likely to come in. Not that he cannot, because he's never been not welcome, but that's my signal that mommy's having mommy time, even though I'm using it to record, but that mommy's having time and might not want to be disturbed. But if the door is open, then he'll just walk in and start talking to me, whatever. But door closed, door open. If you want to go old college route, put a sock on the door. Come up with an idea. Always part of the radical unschooling, peaceful parenting is partnering with your child and bringing them on board, bringing them on as a team member, and being like, hey, mom doesn't want to be angry anymore. She doesn't want to be yelling all the time. I don't think that's cool to be hitting you. So that's something that I'm working on. But part of what mommy needs is quiet time throughout the day. Now, most people will wait. This is where they go wrong, and then this is where a lot of people I hear complain about the no bedtime thing. Like, oh, they lose my me time. Me time was bedtime was at 8, and me time was at 8 to 9, and I would go to bed at 9:30 or something like that. And they would always structure their me time at the end of the day for like a solid hour. And when they lose bedtime, or if a kid is sick, the thing that they have been looking forward to all day just goes out of their reach, and that's really frustrating. They've been like, I just need 10 more minutes and then it's me time. But if me time gets there and it's not happening, it can be really frustrating. And for someone that's transitioning or trying to work on not being so angry or easily frustrated, that can cause issues too within itself. You always want to take me time throughout the day. Levi is completely calm in the morning. My kids are not crazy yet. So I don't do anything in the morning. I get my cup of coffee and I spend at least an hour enjoying my coffee, cuddling on the couch with my kids, and not worrying about anything except energizing and waking up for the day and just starting the day off on a good note. So that's the way I started. A couple of hours later, I will take another mini break, about 10 or 15 minutes, and I will grab 10 to 30-minute intervals throughout the day to keep myself level and charged. And it's not just the kids. I have roommates, I have housemates, I have a lot going on right now. I'm planning a funeral, and all of that. So it can get really stressful. So it's super important for me to just take a minute, sit down, and think about either nothing or concentrate on what the next step is. Like, what is it do I really need to be worrying about before all this stuff starts tumbling up over my head and I feel buried and overwhelmed? I can use my quiet time to be like, okay, I'm starting to get overwhelmed. I'm starting to overthink things. So I go into my quiet time and I use it to focus and be like, this is what I need to concentrate on next. This is what needs to happen next. And I even have like a notebook right there, because that's my thing, is my mind starts getting really muddled and I forget things and things start dropping off. And I can't have a quiet, peaceful time with everything falling out of my head. So I have a notebook and I write everything down on it. Ideas for videos, ideas for crafts, ideas for like what is it that I need to do next for different projects that I've got going on. and just taking those one step at a time. And so the mommy timeout is a really good method, um, but you do have to work up to it. I would only get a couple of minutes at a time when I first started my mommy timeouts, and now I think I've been back here. I have been recording for at least half an hour to 40 minutes, and he's having he's playing in another room. I can hear him. He's playing in another room. He's perfectly fine, and I can continue to be in our room, and I've worked it up to 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And he'll only come in if he's hungry, if he's frustrated with a game, if he needs help with something. Um, so that's, and you also have to get your husbands in the habit of respecting that space and having them support you, because your sanity is vital to making this work, and the teamwork aspect of everything. So always pull your kids in together and work as a team is the biggest mantra I can tell you for radical unschooling. Work as a team, and you'll go really far. Um, so always remember to check in with yourself. The second method of the no yelling transition is change it up. Change it up. Anytime that you feel yourself arguing with your kids, change it up. In a power struggle, change it up. I can't agree on anything, change it up. When you find yourself in discord with your kids, it's a symptom of being disconnected. They don't want to cooperate with you. They're having a difficult time connecting with you. If that's the case, something went off back there in Albuquerque, and you took a right and they took a left, and now you guys are on completely different paths, not on the same team, and you're not working towards a common goal. So if there's a power struggle, what mainstream parenting calls a power struggle, but what I call a sign of oopsie daisy, we lost each other, we're not on the same team anymore, we suddenly became enemies, and that's not cool in this house. Like, that's not how we roll. So we need to back this truck up, find out where we took a wrong turn, and get back on the same road. Sometimes that's just right in the middle of this really intense moment. You, as the adult, recognize that this is becoming something, or that you are stuck. Everybody's in a bad mood. Everybody is like complaining at each other and angry and hitting and yelling and screaming, and let's go for a walk. Let's just go outside. I know it's pouring. I know it's crazy. Let's go dance in the rain. Everybody get your swimsuits on. We're going to go dance in the rain and jump in mud puddles. Do something random. Do something crazy. Get out there. Get something. Hey, guys, let's all go for ice cream. I know that wasn't in the plan. It's like 7:30 at night, but we're all just not on the same plane. Do something to reconnect as a family and bring the unit in together, and do trust building exercises and connect building exercises, instead of continuing this griping at each other and the negativity. Just break it up. Like, just throw a positive bomb right in the middle of it and just be like, that's it, we're all going for ice cream. And it's not about rewarding bad behavior. Trust me, the kids really don't see it that way unless they have been conditioned to see it that way. Us as adults mostly have been conditioned to see it that way, and it's not. It's not about rewarding or punishment. There's none of that in radical unschooling of when you partner with your kids. It is about the reconnection. If everybody's griping at each other and annoying each other, there's this lack of connection that needs to be fixed. And so just throwing that positivity bomb and or like, let's just get out of the house. What do you guys want to do? Boom. We had a bunch of friends over, and there was a fight. Not, I don't want to say a fight, but a disagreement about between two restaurants. One half wanted to go to this restaurant, another half wanted to go to this restaurant. No, we don't want. And I'm like, you know what? Is everybody down for this third restaurant? Can't we just go to this third restaurant and forget these two? Great, thanks. I would love that. And so we ended up going to this third restaurant that everybody was like, "Oh yeah, hey, I could, I could go for some of that." That's the number one trick: is the maintain the positivity, and maintain your level of sanity. So I've tried some new things. So I tried some So I've tried some new things with this video. I introduced a mic to try and cut down on that buzzing my computer liked to make after being dropped. And some new animation to make things new and interesting. Comment. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Give me a like. Subscribe if you want to continue to get great information on transitioning to radical unschooling or transitioning to a more peaceful parenting paradigm. And if you have any questions about your transition journey, hit me up. I do take questions and answer comments. And you guys have a great day. Bye.